In 1963, Togo's first president was shot for defying France. In 1987, Thomas Sankara was murdered for dreaming of a self-reliant Africa. And in 2025, Burkina Faso's Ibràhim Tràoré is walking that same road. The names change. Modernized weapons evolve. But the story doesn't change. Every time an African leader refuses foreign control, they face rebellion, sanctions, or death. So, tell me, when the world calls these men radicals, are they really dangerous, or just too independent to be controlled? Because if Africa forgets this pattern, the next assassination may already be written. In this countdown, we uncover the African president assassinated in the most shocking, dangerous, and politically explosive ways. Some perished in silence. Others ignited wars. But all left scars that still shape the continent's story. And yet, even today, history repeats itself. While world powers like the United States, Russia, and France play chess with global politics, African nations like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger still struggle to define their sovereignty. Their presidents face rebellion from within and manipulation from foreign powers, just the same patterns that have haunted Africa since the first flag of independence was raised. However, it's no accident that Putin, Xi, Trump, and others will likely never face assassination, because their nations control their destiny. But Africa's independence was designed to remain incomplete. Whenever a leader rose who refused foreign control, they were removed either by bullet, coup, or mysterious accident. As Africans often say today, Africa is not poor. Africa is the richest continent on this planet, but enemies make us think otherwise. That's why the rise of figures like Captain Ibràhim Tràoré of Burkina Faso has reignited a fire across the continent, a reminder that Africa's strength lies in unity, courage, and independence. Traoré's defiance of France mirrors the same ideas that got Thomas Sankara killed decades ago. The world fears a strong, self-reliant Africa because it can no longer be controlled. And in almost every case of African assassination, foreign powers played their role, but the trigger was often pulled by a fellow African, a traitor who sold his nation's future for selfish gain. Yet these deaths should not make Africa afraid, they should make Africa stronger. Before we journey deeper into this untold history, let me know where you're watching from, and subscribe, so the voices of Africa's fallen heroes are never erased from memory. Now here is the list of the African leaders assassinated in power. Number 1 is Sylvanus Epiphénio Olympio, Togo, 1963. Togo's first president refused French domination or the reintegration of ex-colonial soldiers. On January 13, 1963, he was gunned down outside the U.S. Embassy by Sergeant Etienne Ayadima, who later ruled Togo for decades. The first post-colonial coup in Francophone Africa. Number 2 is Patrice Lumumba of Congo, in 1961. The firebrand of Pan-African unity who rejected Belgian and Western control. Arrested, tortured, and executed by firing squad, with Western intelligence complicity. His body dissolved in acid to erase his existence. But his name became eternal. Number 3 is Abdirashid Ali Shamak of Somalia, in 1969. A Democrat and unifier, shot by his own bodyguard on October 15, 1969. Days later, Siad Barre seized power, ending Somalia's fragile democracy and ushering in a dictatorship. Number 4 is Kwame Nkrumah of Ghana, in 1972, exiled. Africa's first modern Pan-Africanist leader. Overthrown by a CIA-backed coup in 1966 while on a peace mission. Though not assassinated in the literal sense, he died in exile, poisoned by betrayal and foreign interference, his dream of a united Africa silenced but not forgotten. Number 5 is François Tombobe of Chad, in 1975. Authoritarian and mystical, he forced traditional rituals on civil servants. On April 13, 1975, soldiers stormed his palace, beat him, and shot him dead, the end of another leader who resisted total foreign control. Number 6 is Abeid Amani Karume of Tanzania, in 1972. A revolutionary turned politician, assassinated while playing ball inside government offices. His killing deepened the rift between Zanzibar and mainland Tanzania. Number 7 is Amilcar Cabral of Guinea-Bissau, in 1973. A visionary leader betrayed by his own comrades, reportedly aided by Portuguese intelligence. Shot dead months before independence, his words outlived his killers. They may kill the man, but not the ideas. Number 8 is Richard Ratsimandrova of Madagascar, in 1975. Appointed head of state on February 5, killed 6 days later. His death ended Madagascar's brief democratic revival. Number 9 is Marine Wobi of the Republic of Congo, in 1977. A Marxist-Leninist who opposed Western oil domination. Gunned down in his palace under suspicious circumstances. His murder remains unsolved and untold. Number 10 is Modibo Keïta of Mali, in 1977. Mali's founding father died mysteriously in prison after being overthrown by Moussa Tràoré. Likely poisoned, his death symbolized the crushing of early African socialism. Number 11 is William R. Tolbert of Liberia, in 1980. A moderate reformer and Pan-Africanist who sought independence from U.S. influence. Overthrown and executed in a coup led by Samuel Doe on April 12, 1980. His death ended a century of Americo-Liberian rule. Number 12 is Samuel Doe of Liberia, in 1990. Once the coup maker, later the victim. Captured during the Liberian Civil War, tortured and executed on camera by rebels on September 9, 1990, a brutal end to Liberia's blood-soaked chapter. Number 13 is Matola Ramat Muhammad of Nigeria, in 1976. Bold, disciplined, and incorruptible, the soldier who tried to cleanse Nigeria. Killed in an ambush on February 13, 1976, his death robbed Nigeria of its most promising reformist. Number 14 is Major General Johnson Aguiyi-Ironsi of Nigeria, in 1966. Nigeria's first military leader sought unity through centralization. Overthrown and executed in a counter-coup. His death opened the path to the Nigerian Civil War. Number 15 is Samora Machel of Mozambique, in 1986. Anti-apartheid revolutionary and socialist president. His plane crashed near South Africa under suspicious circumstances, believed to be sabotage orchestrated by apartheid operatives. Number 16 is Juvenal Habyarimana of Rwanda, in 1994. After 21 years of rule, his jet was down near Kigali on April 6, 1994, triggering the Rwandan genocide. The truth behind who fired the missile remains buried. Number 17 is Cyprien Taryamara of Burundi, in 1994. Killed in the same plane crash as Habyarimana, one missile that ignited 2 genocides. Number 18 is Melchior Ndadaye of Burundi, in 1993. Burundi's first democratically elected president. Murdered by soldiers in a coup just months after taking office, his death plunged the nation into civil war. Number 19 is Laurent Desire Kabila of Congo, in 2001. After seizing power from Mobutu, he turned on his foreign backers. Shot dead by his own bodyguard in his palace. A death surrounded by whispers of international intelligence plots. Number 20 is Ibràhim Bear Menesora of Niger, in 1999. Killed by his own presidential guards at Niamey Airport. His assassination was disguised as a military accident. Another reminder that those who rise by the gun often die by it. Number 21 is Anwar el-Sadat of Egypt, in 1981. The Egyptian president who made peace with Israel, breaking Arab unity. On October 6, 1981, during a military parade, he was gunned down by Islamist militants, but also by deep resentment within Egypt's military elite. The first generation of African independence leaders, from Nkrumah of Ghana to Lumumba of Congo, Kenyatta of Kenya to Nyerere of Tanzania, Haile Selassie of Ethiopia to Sékou Touré of Guinea, carried dreams of self-rule and dignity. But many of them were undermined, overthrown, or isolated, victims of African Cold War politics and post-colonial manipulation. Aguiyi-Ironsi and Matola Muhammad in Nigeria, Modibo Keïta in Mali, Sankara in Burkina Faso, Nkrumah in Ghana, Lumumba in Congo, each one paid the price for independence that threatened foreign profits. From Lumumba to Matola, from Toba to Sankara, the pattern is undeniable. Whenever an African leader chooses independence over obedience, bullets answer. Today, Burkina Faso's Ibràhim Tràoré, Mali's Assimi Goïta, and Niger's Abdourahmane Tiani are walking that same perilous road, resisting France, rejecting Western control, and building a new era of Pan-African defiance. The West calls them radicals. History will call them reborn sons of Sankara. Africa must wake up. Because Africa is not poor. Africa is the richest continent on earth, only made weak by betrayal and foreign manipulation. Africa doesn't need pity. It needs power, and leaders unafraid to die for it.